Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Good. Now, if you see that, it begs the question, doesn't it? Who or what's doing the thinking? Because it's not unintelligible thoughts.
Well, if Mark is just a thought, well, Mark is just Mark is just a thought construct.
Good.
So yeah, so what's thinking?
Yeah. You could also ask yourself the question, what's seeing? Hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. You're conscious and aware right here.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
I know the answer to that, but I no longer live from, but there's just kind of an openness, like we're a portal.
Good.
And that's what we are. And there's no personality to it.
Well, you create the portal so as that you can be.
Yeah.
And you could say,
They're the same.
you could say the portals are seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, thinking. They're the portals.
Right.
Now the question would be, who or what's the thinker, seer, hearer, taster, toucher, smeller? It has to be prior to all those things because it's created the portals. So it's pre-senses. Pre-senses.
Yeah, and I would just say life with a capital L.
Yeah. Or you could go there, or you could go there instead of conceptualizing it, go there, know the truth of this, know it.
So that inquiry, which I think I need to actually do the whole, get clear on, but
it's important. Those two primary questions are very important.
So what you're pointing to is after that, then you're able to look at other things, but not until you're clear on those things.
Correct. Now, there's only one thing left. There's not other things. There's only one thing left to look at when you know the answer to both those questions. And it's just this. Sometimes I'll try and get someone to go there, Mark, by, using the pointing finger. We point the finger this way, yeah, and ask what's being pointed at. What's the pointing finger pointing to? And everyone gets stuck on the pointing finger, as you know, which is the same as saying everybody gets stuck in the mind. Yeah.
But that's kind of like that headless meditation.
Correct. In your direct experience, what the hell is that pointing finger pointing to?
I mean, any answer that I gave right now would be born out of mind,
Good. There's not, we don't want an answer, but there's you can't say what it is, but you can't deny it because it is.
Right.
Can't deny
it. It is.
But you can't say what it is. It has shape, it has form, it has a location. You can't say any of that. But it can't be denied.
Right, which is why I have a real problem with all these people that keep saying there's no self, it's non-self, there's no self. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean self? I mean, do you mean this fictional thing or
yeah?
and
Yeah.
they don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because there's something there, and it's satisfied.
Yeah. See,
Just its own beingness. It doesn't need anything.
yeah. And right there, thou art that.
But not today. Maybe
Yes.
over there.
Yeah, no, today, now, yesterday, what
Well,
thou art that.
yeah.
I understand, but
My journey is on its way, or
it's okay. It's okay.
yeah.
I shouldn't say this, but I will. You're closer than you realize. You're closer than the mind is saying you are. Let's put it that way. Much closer. You understand these pointings that I've been delivering to you today. You understand them. Now, just sit with the damn things, those pointers. Sit with them. Truly inquire into those pointers.
Yeah,
Because they are pointers. They are everything I've said is a pointer, obviously. Yeah. But you cannot sit there with a straight face, which is, what you could say to some teachers, right? If you wanted to. You cannot sit there with a straight face and say, I am not. Why? Because you'd have to be there to say, I am not.
That's true. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's why,
there's nobody here, and you go, yeah, okay, but hello.
Yeah. That's so no self or non-self is like, because I noticed the Buddha behind you on the left is just not. That's not it. It's
correct.
Not self.
Correct.
And then when you see what you're not,
you're left with what you are.
And I'm so glad that I didn't have any, so unfortunately, I mean, it would have been great if I would have known you at the time, because you to see it and then to live that way, like on a permanent, because I wouldn't be here if I didn't think it was possible to actually cross over on a could see who crosses, I'll be leaving all that kind of stuff aside.
It's okay.
To actually be there.
Yeah. But see, honestly, Mark, it's as simple as this. And it really is as simple as this. Once you know Father Christmas isn't real, it's all over for Father Christmas.
Yeah, so why does Father Christmas still want to keep trying to come around?
You might see Father Christmas after that. If I use that analogy, right? You might see Father Christmas after that, but you know the truth. You know the truth. And the truth will always set you free from this belief of Father Christmas, because you now know the truth. You know it. You know. You know. From your own, sounds silly, but from your own direct experience, now you know. Now you know. And here's the thing, yeah? You end up with this. That sounds paradoxical, but you end up with this. I know that I know, and I know that I don't know. From there's nothing left to know.
Oh. Yeah, well, how could you know if you're not there?
But there's a knowing.
Yeah, I'm with, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes, that makes sense.
They're both statements of knowing. I know that I know, and I know that I don't know. If you know that you don't know, there's nothing left to know, because I know. Like, I know. It's not, I know that I don't know, therefore I need to find out. I know that I know. I know that I don't know. Boom. Yeah, it's, see, in the world of duality, Mark, as both you and I know, we can't know everything. It's not possible. It's not
No, and
possible.
actually it's better to not know, because then you
Yeah.
can see the truth.
Yeah. But you know what it's like to be accountant. You don't know, I don't know, the direct experience of being a plumber. You don't know. Can you imagine if you had all the possible experiences that you could have as a human being? You can't know them all.
Right.
It's not possible. It's just not possible. We don't live long enough to know all of that. Yeah. I know that I don't know. It's okay. I know that I don't know. Of course. And I know that I know that I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There is like an ultimate knowing. And there's two different kinds of knowing. There's a dualistic knowing, which is the one that we've been brought up. You know how to be an accountant, or a plumber knows how to be a plumber, right? We know how to do certain things. That's a dualistic knowing. But there's a non-dual knowing that's not dualistically constructed. It's a singular knowing. That's why Nisargadatta.
and you mean, and it's not, no, it's like, but it's not a knowing of anything. It's just
Correct. It's just knowing.
Right.
Like, for example, what can you tell me about seeing?
Yeah, I heard you talk about that. That was really, you can't see seeing.
Yeah. So what could you good? What can you know about seeing?
Well, you said it, and I was like, that's really profound.
Yeah.
And then I went off, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. You can't see seeing.
Yeah. Seeing is non-dual, Mark. Listen to me. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling are all non-dual.
And then the mind creates a subject and an object.
Which is the sixth sense. Yeah.
The mind creates the subject and the object.
Correct. In the absence of the mind, what could possibly be said about seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and
Yeah,
smelling?
then there's
just seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, and knowing without the mind, just like
they're all
seeing.
activities.
Yeah.
They aren't really things.
Correct. Nor is knowing, nor is consciousness, nor is awareness.
Right. Those are all those aren't things.
Yeah. What the hell can we say about consciousness or awareness? Jesus. What can you say about seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling? Nothing. You can't say anything about them, but they can't be denied.
Oh, they can't be,
Can't be denied. Just like when we point the finger this way, whatever is being pointed to can't be denied. Like, once you get past the head and the nose and get past that, yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about so there's seeing, right? And then there's the directing of the eyes. And there's this felt kind of agency, or felt like I'm in control of my eyes. I'm looking this way. I'm looking that way.
Okay.
Opposed to just
okay.
Do you have any thoughts?
Yes. Is there looking this way and is there looking that way? Yes. It's just not a me doing it. Yeah, I'll say this, Mark. Yeah, and I don't want to confuse you, but it's not me that's doing this. Yeah, or it's not me that's sitting there looking at me right now. It's you.
The real.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I haven't. I need to see it. Before we sign off, Terry, can you tell me a little bit of, if you don't mind sharing, like what you would think? Like, I hate to like any formalities, like people have these practice schedules and they have these meditation programs and whatnot, but still it's good to have some discipline in a person's life. Or you want to share like what your practice was, or what you think would be a helpful practice for me, like,
Look,
does
honestly,
that make any sense?
Yeah, it does, but
I need to have just a touch of like, so I know
Look,
we both play guitar, or I think someone in your house plays guitar.
yeah, I do. Yeah.
And I take guitar lessons every week, right? And it's one of my retirement things, right? Is I play classical and flamenco guitar because I'm in
Beautiful.
California.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And I take these lessons and I practice, and just having a little bit of a practice schedule helps me improve and actually keeps me on track.
Okay, so there'd be three things. One is those first two questions.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to start there.
Like, seriously, yeah, those two questions, they're profound questions. And the answers to both those questions are super profound. Yeah. But you've got to know it, not conceptualize it. Know it. Yeah. So those two questions. And the only other thing that I would perhaps get you to do is this. What's being pointed to? Because I'm trying to get you, Mark, to come out of here to the direct experience of what's actually happening.
Right.
The direct experience. Yeah. Like right now, you believe that you're sitting in, that there's a window behind you and there's a tree with fruit on it behind you. You believe that. Yeah. But from your direct experience, that's not true.
From my direct experience, I don't know what's there.
Good. And that's what I'm trying to get you out of here into the direct experience. Like when you point the finger at your face, yeah, ordinarily we would say, yeah, I'm pointing to my head. But in your direct experience, what head? You sitting here right now, you're not aware of a head. You can't see a head.
No, all I can see really is the rim. I can see the outline of my glasses.
Good. But even that is a blur, and the mind fills in the rest, doesn't it?
The mind does fill in all these gaps.
Good. So I'm getting you to go, don't trust the gaps, just go to the direct experience. And then, if we're doing the pointing finger here, yeah, what is it that's aware of that blur? What's prior to the glasses? What is that pointing finger pointing to? It's not pointing to a head. And it's pointing to something that's prior to the glasses or the nose.
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to look. I'm going to look.
Those three things, yeah. And the other thing that I would say, so there's four, yeah, those three things. And the fourth is watch this video again. Watch it again.
So we have the two questions, the pointing exercise, and watch the video again.
Watch it again.
So that's four.
Yep.
For anyone else that's looking at this, I say hi.